This is Matrix Lord 212. I got the cover for 9 years time, uh, and I got to tell you, you know, it's a great joy it is to write books, to create something so wonderful, something that will stand the test of time and outlive you. It's a great experience for me. It makes me have utter joy, and it keeps me busy and keeps me happy. But then there are times where if I pulled my hair any more out of my head, I'd be bald. Um, there's gonna be days. There's gonna be days as a writer when you're trying to get your book done that you just want to scream at the top of your lungs. Um, and it's just frustrating for me that, um, because in a way, like all the books are connected. So, do you release stuff that comes after? Absolutely not. So, um, I'm trying in the worst way to get 9 years time released, and I will never release it if I am not happy with the cover. If the cover is not true to the nature of the book, if the cover is not, true to the fans, which the fans know what the characters looks like, so I'm not going to have something different on there. And it's just a matter of communication, really. I have a new cover designer, which is an old cover designer from like a book, but the one that was doing my covers is not around. She got promoted, and this guy's a cool guy, but you know what? He's getting overwhelmed with a lot of projects, and I think the communication is not really working at the moment, which has to be fixed. I'm a nice person, a nice guy, and but when you have your book with a publisher since March, and the book was supposed to be released in May, and it doesn't happen, and then different things happen. Okay, May, June, July. Guess what? We're in August as of tomorrow, and you know what? I'm ready to turn green like the Hulk. So I do get mad. I have my limits. I do have my limits, and I do get really, really mad after a while. It takes a lot, but there is that one line that is crossed after a while that you just like. Sometimes I'm like unrecognizable. I'm not an animal, but it's just a thing that, you know, I don't see it. I don't see how this is the one book. It's not even bigger than the other books. It's not. But this one book is taking more than any book I've ever done in the history with Xebra. So I'm getting really, really ticked. So hopefully we can get it together. And the sad thing is that, the other book after it could probably come out way before, but I can't focus on the book after if this book is sitting there. So I'm kind of delaying the other book because I don't want that. I don't want like book 9 coming out and then like the next day book 10. I mean, that's not what I want. It's about spacing, and it's like, I know I pop out books like quick, but you know, the last book that was released was Dark Days, and it was released on May 9th. And, everything was backlogged to begin with, with stuff. So that stuff should have been before that. Like Dark Days should have been out before May. And Knowing His Time should have been the anniversary book, really. But things didn't work out. It never really works out. I mean, as long as it comes together, like Loss of Ways was supposed to be. Um, the anniversary book, and it didn't turn out to be that way because it came out in July. But, I do have a plan, which is far ahead for the Star Separation anniversary. It's something I always think about. It's way, way far ahead. It's not till May 5th, but I do have a book planned special for that. It is part of the Star Separation series, and it will be the saddest book I've ever done. Um, the Sorrow Separation series isn't just about, like people say, okay, it's about the Man of Nothing, the Sorrow Girl, and they think that's it. It's not about just that. Uh, the Sorrow Separation series is heavily about the Man of Nothing, but it has taken many different forms. It has many different characters of the Muse, characters of Psycho Insignificant, the Shadow that came into play. He was mentioned in book 1, but he didn't come in until book 6. At the end of book 5, really, he came into play. But it's about a lot of different characters. It does focus on the Man of Nothing, but the main aspect of sorrow separation, um, you know, right now isn't about the Sorrow Girl. It has always been about the Man of Nothing, and it's going to be featuring new characters, and it's going to go in different directions. So that being said, it already has gone in different directions already. Greatness and Glory is the most present in chronological order. That is the most recent of history. And yes, the books are out of order because that's the fun in it. But there will be books that take place after Greatness and Glory, but I'm not writing them yet. Uh, and there will be books that take place before, which there'll be one book that takes place way before Sorrow Separation. We're talking going all the way back to 1978, where we see the Man of Nothing isn't a man at all. He's a boy, and he doesn't have any. He doesn't have nothing. He's a young kid, that seems to have everything he needs, and it's his first time that faith is brought into the picture. Beliefs. It's the first time dealing with your first nightmares, your first sorrow, and I think it's going to be an interesting book that's going to fit in with the series nicely. And yes, the shadow will be there, and of course another character. So get ready for 9 years time. I want to say it's going to be in August, um, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that happens. So um, this video is just basically, it's to people out there that are writing books. If you could just see the frustration side of it, but know that everything is worth it in the end. But of course, sometimes people got to vent a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So um, it does bother me about the book not being done, and the guy is a good artist and stuff like that too. But it's just a communication factor in life. I'm going to be doing a video about communication and about society and different things, not just always Doctor Who videos and book videos. So, but yeah, sometimes just things don't work out right, and you got to go with the punches. You got to go with the flow. Let it flow. Let it flow freely, as I always say. So, all right, that's it for now. Look for 9 years time, hopefully in August. All right, bye bye for now.